Okay, good afternoon everyone. So whatever questions I have given you, so we are going to solve today, and that questions are very important, and which was asked in the previous question papers. We are doing that problems now. So in that first problem is determine the value of k for which the matrix capital A is equal to 6 3 5 9 5 2 3 6 3 1 2 k is of rank 3. So here we have to understand that here a matrix is given and rank also given. If rank is given, so when you see the order of the matrix is 3 by 4, but the rank is given 3. So where you get rank of a matrix is 3 when you take 3 by 3 order of minor of A, and when you find the determinant, and when it is not equal to 0, then we say that then we can find the rank of that matrix. Now here it is given rank of A, we have to write given rank of A equal to 3, then we write at least one 3 by 3 order of minor of A should be non-zero. So if it is the case, then we write that is, so we have to take any 3 by 3 order. So I am taking here 3 5 9 2 3 6 1 2 k. After taking this, we have to write this is not equal to 0, because here it is given rank of A equal to 3. So when we say rank of A equal to 3, when the determinant of 3 by 3 order is not equal to 0, then we say that rank of A equal to 3. Now here in the same way we have to find here the value of k. So when you take the determinant, so we get 3 into 3k minus 18 minus 5 into 2k minus 6 plus 9 into 4 minus 3. Here we write not equal to 0. So then this implies we write here when you multiply 9k 54, here you get 12, right? So now you get here 36, then we get minus 10k plus 30 plus 36 minus 27 not equal to 0. Now when you simplify, first we take the k value. So when you take k value, minus 10k you have here, and here we have 9k. So 9k minus 10k is minus k, then 36 plus 30 is minus 6, minus 6 plus 30, minus 6 plus 30, minus 6 plus 36 is 30, minus 27 is plus 3 not equal to 0. So therefore k is equal to minus k is equal to minus 3, minus k not equal to minus 3, then k is not equal to 3. So we got the value that is nothing but k value is not equal to 3. So this is the answer for the first problem. I'll give you 2 minutes, please note down, and then we'll go for next problem. Now shall I start next problem? Give reply in in comment. This is 3 into 3k minus 12 minus 5 into 2k minus 6 plus 9 into 4 minus 3 not equal to 0. Then multiply 3 into 3k, that is 9k, and then 3 into 12 is minus 36, and so on. Okay, so now let us go for next problem. second problem. Second problem I have given you is reduce the matrix here. The matrix I am writing here 1 minus 2 3 2 1 2 5 minus 5 11 2 row echelon form and find its rank. Find its rank. Okay, now let us do this problem. This is the question. As you all have this question, now I'll do the solution in the next paper. So let me do the problem in the next paper. Let me do the solution here. Second solution. Now when you write what is given here, matrix is given. What is the matrix here given? A is equal to 1 minus 2 3 2 1 2 5 minus 5 11. This is the matrix. So we take this as A equal to. Now after this, now we write as you know echelon form. Echelon form is nothing but here if a matrix is given, when a matrix is given and asked to reduce in echelon form, then we have to apply row operations. After applying, how we apply operations, you know that here in this second row we have to make first element 0, and then in third row we have to make first second element 0. So for making that, first we apply here R2 tends to R2 minus 2R1, because here R2 is 2 and here R1 is 1. So when you multiply R1 with 2, then this becomes 2. So 2 minus 2 is 0. Then we take in the same way R3. R3 is 5 and R1 is 1. So we write R3 minus 5R1. Okay. So after taking this operation, now this is equivalent to, we write here, the first row is same 1 minus 2 3, second row is 2 minus 2 is 0. Now here we have 1, here we have 1, and this 2 we multiply with this 2, that becomes 4, and here we have minus of minus plus, so you get 5 here. In the same way, here we have 2 minus 2 into 3 6, 2 minus 6 is nothing but minus 4. Then in the next row we have R3 operation we have, so R3 minus 5R1, 5 minus 5, that becomes 0, and then here minus 5, minus of minus plus 5 into 10, so minus 5 plus 10 is 5. Then R3 we have 11 here, then R1 is 3, so 11 minus 15, 11 minus 15 is minus 4. So in this way we get a matrix when you apply row operation for row 2 and row 3. Then after that, now our intention is to make this element 0 now. We have made this element and this element 0 first. After making that, wait a minute. Yes. After making that, we are making this element 0. So for making this element 0, we write the operation R3 tends to R3 minus R2, because you have 5 here, we have in R2 also we have 5. So when you subtract that, we get 0. So here we write this is equivalent to 1 minus 2, 3, 0, 5 minus 4, then 0, 5 minus 0 minus 0 is 0, 5 minus 5 is 0, minus 4, here we have minus, here we have minus, minus minus plus, plus 4, minus 4 plus 4 is 0. So we got this elements when you have applied for row 3. So after you can see we got the matrix in the form of row echelon. So we write here this is in row echelon form. This is in row echelon form, and after that we write the rank of the matrix, because in the question it is asked. First it is given reduce the matrix to row echelon form and hence find its rank. So after getting row echelon form, we find the rank by seeing the resultant matrix. So in the resultant matrix we have two non-zero rows. The third row is 0 row. So if you have two non-zero rows, then we say therefore rank of A is equal to 2. So this is the answer of this question. Hope you have understood. So this is the solution of second question. Now let us go for third question. If you have completed, please reply me in comment box. Shall I go for third? Now let us go for third problem. Third problem is solve once again he's asking to show the second problem. So let me just take down quick. This is the second problem solution. No, let us go for third one. So third question is solve y sine 2x dx minus 1 plus y square plus cos square x into dy is equal to 0. Now let us write the solution now. Solution is, first we write given. So what is given here? Given y sine 2x dx minus 1 plus y square plus cos square x into dy is equal to 0. This is first equation. Then as you know, this is in the form m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, as we have studied in second unit. Okay, so first we have started exact, non-exact, and then we gone for the cases. Yes, isn't it? So in the same way, first when you see the problem, you should assume, or you should recollect whether the given form is in the form of m dx plus n dy equal to 0 or not. Then if it is given, then we write where capital M is equal to y sine 2x. In the same way, comma, capital N is equal to minus 1 plus y square plus cos square x. Okay, so after that we have to differentiate this with respect to y. That is adequate. We are differentiating m with respect to y partially. So this becomes dou m by dou y is equal to, we are differentiating with respect to y. So here we have y sine 2x. Sine 2x is constant. When you differentiate y, that becomes 1. So we write only sine 2x. Then after that we differentiate n with respect to x. Where you differentiate n with respect to x, you can see here we have minus here, and here we have 1. When you differentiate with respect to x, 1 becomes 0, and here you can see we have y square. So y square becomes 0 because we don't have x with y, because we are differentiating with respect to x. Now here we have cos square x. So if you differentiate this x term, so then this becomes 2 cos square minus 2 cos square x, 2 cos x, not cos square, 2 cos x minus 2 cos x. Again when you differentiate cos x, that becomes minus sin x. As you know, d by dx of cos x is minus sin x. Now when you write again this, you get dou n by dou x is equal to minus or minus plus. So I can write 2 sin x cos x. As you know, sin 2x is equal to 2 sin x cos x. So I can write dou n by dou x is equal to sin 2x. Okay, so you can see dou m by dou y and dou n by dou x are both same. So we write here, therefore dou m by dou y is equal to dou n by dou x. When these both are equal, we write equation 1 is exact. Equation 1 is exact. If it is not exact, then we go for all the cases which we have done in the class. So now, when equation 1 is exact, then general solution we write. General solution is integral. Here we write y constant, and here we write m dx plus integral. We write here terms do not contain x. Terms do not contain x. So here we write n dy is equal to c. So after writing that, now we write here integral. What is m here? M is nothing but here, y sine 2x, y sine 2x dx plus integral. Now we see in n we have to choose the terms which do not have x term. So here we have 1, then y, and here we have x. So cos square x we should neglect. So then we have to write only minus 1 minus y square into dy is equal to c. Then after writing that, we integrate now. When you integrate, keeping y constant, here we have y constant, keeping y constant. So here y should be put as constant, and you have to integrate sine 2x. When you integrate sine 2x, integral of sine ax is equal to integral of sine ax dx is equal to minus cos ax by a. So we write here the solution minus y by 2 cos 2x minus, now when you integrate with respect to y, here 1 becomes y, so minus y you get, then minus when you integrate y square, now then that becomes y cube upon 3 is equal to c. Now when you multiply with minus, then this term become y by 2 cos 2x plus y plus y cube by 3 is equal to, you can write capital K, you can write where K is equal to minus C. Okay, so this is the solution for the given problem. Hope you have understood. Take soon so that we can go for next problem. Please reply me in comment box if you have completed. Shall we go for next? Here someone is asking how you got last two steps. Here, as I have told you, integral of sine ax dx is equal to minus cos ax by a. Okay, so this in the place of sine 2x I am writing cos 2x by 2. A is 2 here, minus we have to take here, and then if you integrate integral 1 dy, so that y, integral of y square dy y cube by 3. In this way we do, and we multiply with minus so that it becomes plus, and here that minus comes to here. If you have any doubt, you just write down now. If you want, you can WhatsApp me so that I can explain there. Okay, because we have to complete all the questions. So this is about yes. So let us go for next problem. This is the third problem. Now fourth problem is solve dy by dx minus y tan x is equal to e power x secant x. So this is the problem now. Now when you start doing, first we have to see the problem is given in what form. So this is you can observe this is a problem from linear differential equation. So we write here this is in the form dy by dx plus py is equal to q. You can see this is dy by dx. Here instead of plus we have minus here. We can take p as minus tan x. Now p into y, p is minus tan x into y is equal to, this whole term is nothing but q. So here you can observe p and q are x terms. So we write here where capital P is equal to minus tan x e power x secant x. Okay, so now first we find integrating factor. Therefore integrating factor is equal to e power integral p dx. Okay, now when you write e power integral, in the place of p we have minus tan x, so I write minus outside and then we write tan x dx. Okay, so as you know, e power integral tan x dx is equal to e power minus log secant x. So as you know, when e power log e is 1, this minus I take to numerator, that becomes secant x whole power minus 1. So this is equal to 1 upon secant x. So this is equal to cos x. So this is the integrating factor we got. After getting the integrating factor, now we have a general solution. General solution is, as you know, y into integrating factor is equal to integral of integrating factor into q dx plus c. So we write here y into, what do you got, integrating factor cos x. So we write cos x is equal to integral, now integrating factor as you have told you just now, so that is cos x into, what is q? Q is nothing but e power x secant x dx plus c. Now we can write here, therefore y cos x is equal to integral of, now I can write e power x here, then I write cos x, and then next to that I write, in the place of secant x I am writing 1 by cos x, and we have dx here plus c. Now I can cancel integral, that is nothing but cos x get cancels here. Then here what is the term remain now? Y cos x is equal to integral e power x dx plus c. Now integral of e power x is e power x, so we write, therefore y cos x is equal to e power x plus c. So this is the solution for the fourth problem. Now we have to go for next problem. If it is completed, please reply me. Completed? So first what we are doing, here we are seeing the question. The question is in the form of linear differential equation. In that we are writing the form, linear differential equation will be in the form dy by dx plus py is equal to q. So where p is equal to, here in the question, minus tan x, and q is nothing but e power x secant x. Then after that we have integrating factor. Integrating factor is nothing but e power integral p dx. So we write in the place of p minus tan x. So here you can see e power minus tan x dx, e power integral tan x dx, nothing but here e power we write e power minus integral of tan x dx is log secant x. Then e power log is 1, so we write this minus to secant power minus 1, so that becomes integrating factor is equal to 1 by secant x is equal to cos x. Okay, then after that, you know, general solution is nothing but y into integrating factor, and then this is nothing but integral of integrating factor into q into dx plus c, and then we substitute and we cancel that, and then we find the solution. So this is about the fourth solution. Now let us go for fifth solution. If you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me, I can clear. Okay, so let us complete the questions now today. So hope you are all understanding. One or two are asking the doubts, so I'll clarify you when you ask me doubt on WhatsApp. So now this is the fifth question I'm writing here. So fifth question is find the solution find the solution of initial value problem. Initial value problem is 4y double dash minus 8y dash plus 3y is equal to 0, comma, y of 0 equal to 1, comma, y dash of 0 equal to 3. So this is the problem. So if a problem is given in this way, then we have to see the problem is given. So we write the problem in the way how we do this problem. This is a problem based on the complementary function. So first we write the equation given. So given 4y double dash minus 8y dash plus 3y is equal to 0. So if it is given, now we write in operator form. You know operator form. In the place of y double dash we write 4d square y minus 8 dy plus 3y is equal to 0. This is nothing but operator form. When we have started unit 2, I have shown you how to write operator form. So in the place of y double dash we write d square y. In the place of y dash we write dy. In the place of y we write y only. So after writing that we take common y. So 4d square minus 8d then plus 3. We are taking y common. Y is equal to 0. Then this is the equation 1 now. Now auxiliary equation of 1 is f of m is equal to 0. Now we write here 4m square minus 8m plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. Now when you find the root here, what you will get? So this implies 4m square minus 2m minus 6m plus 3, because here 4 into 3 is 12m square. So 2 into 6 is 12. So minus 2m minus 6m is minus 8m. Now when you take out common, so 2m, then 2m into 2m minus 1 minus 3 into 2m minus 1 is equal to 0. Then 2m minus 1 into 2m minus 3 is equal to 0. So you get roots are m is equal to 1 by 2 comma 3 by 2 you get. Okay. So these are the roots now. Now we write complementary function. As you know, complementary function is equal to, we represent complementary function with yc is equal to, that is y suffix c is equal to, here you can see the roots are real and distinct. So if it is the case, we write c1 e power minus x by 2 plus c2 e power 3x by 2. As you know, if the roots are different, so we write yc is equal to c1 e power m1x plus c2 e power m2x. So x we are multiplying with the given whatever roots we got. Okay, so this is the complementary function. Now after getting complementary function, we differentiate this. So if you differentiate, so this becomes y dash is equal to, so here you can see c1 is constant. When you differentiate e power x by 2, you get e power x by 2, and when you differentiate x by 2, then that becomes 1 by 2 c1 e power x by 2. I am differentiating e power x by 2. c1 is constant. I am writing c1 as it is. I am differentiating e power x by 2. When you differentiate e power x, that becomes e power x. Then here when you differentiate x, that becomes x becomes 1, so it becomes 1 by 2. In the same way, plus, so in the same way here you get plus 3 by 2 c2 e power 3x by 2. Okay, so after that, now we write here the initial conditions are given. What are the initial conditions are given here? Y of 0 is equal to 1, y dash of 0 equal to 3. So here yc is nothing but y we consider. So y of 0, when you substitute y of 0, in the sense in the place of x we are substituting 0. So when you write here y of 0 equal to 1, so we write here, this implies 1 is equal to c1. Now in the place of x you write 0, so e power 0 by something is 0, so e power 0 is 1. So c1 e power 0 is 1, so I write c1 plus, then here e power 0 is 1 again, so only you get is c2. So when you substitute the initial condition y of 0 equal to 1 here in this, so you get in the place of yc, so you get 1 here. Here when you substitute in the place of x 0 here and here, you get e power 0 is 1, e power 0 is 1, so only c1 plus c2 is left. So then in the same way, y dash of 0 equal to 3 is given the initial condition. This implies y dash of 0 is equal to 3 implies, now you substitute y dash of 0 equal to 3, so we write here 3 is equal to, now when you substitute in the place of x, in the place of x0, then this becomes half c1 e power 0 plus half plus 3 by 2 c2 e power 0. So you get half c1 plus 3 by 2 c2. Okay, so after that, now when you simplify this, you get I am writing here directly now, that is this implies you get c1 plus 3c2 is equal to 6, because here you can see LCM is 2, so this 2 goes to other side, that becomes 3 into 2 is 6. Now here c1 plus 3c2, this 2 goes to other side, so that equation becomes c1 plus 3c2 is equal to 6. You can give this as equation 2 and this as 3. Now solving 2 and 3, solving 2 and 3. So when you solve 2 and 3, then you get c1 is equal to minus 3 by 2, c2 is equal to 5 by 2. When you solve this both the equations, then you will get a c1 and c2 values. So then therefore we write this c1 and c2 in the complementary function. What is the complementary function you got? Yc is equal to c1 e power x by 2 plus c2 e power 3x by 2 you got, right? So in that we substitute c1 and c2 values in complementary function. So this becomes y is equal to, in the place of c1 we write minus 3 by 2 into e power x by 2 plus, in the place of c2 we write 5 by 2 e power 3x by 2. So this is the solution for this problem, that is fifth problem. So if it is completed, please reply me. Shall I go for next? Yes, let us go for next problem. So next problem is sixth problem. Sixth problem is find the particular integral, of d square minus 6d plus 9 of y is equal to 18 plus 54x. This is given. Now let us go for this problem. In the sixth problem, so what of you have asked the last steps, so you WhatsApp me, I'll explain you how you got that last, how to solve, you don't know how to solve the equations, I'll make you understand. Just reply me personally, I'll make you understand. So now sixth problem is find the particular integral of d square minus 6d plus 9 of y is equal to 18 plus 54x. This is the problem for particular integral. So in particular integral, as you know, only here it is as particular integral, so there is no need of finding again complementary function. Directly we can write. Now you can see here we have I have done 4 cases in particular integral in the class. So if you observe here we have 18. So if you have 18, we have to multiply this with the e power 0x, so that it becomes in the first case. Now 54x, if it is 54x, so you know that is of case 3. In that case 3 it was given x power k, phi of x is equal to x power k. So let us do this problem so that you can understand. Now here first I write given d square minus 6d plus 9 of y is equal to, I write 18 e power 0x. I am writing here directly because 18 is given. Instead of writing 18, I am writing e power 0x. E power 0 into x is e power 0. E power 0 is 1. Then plus 54x. Okay. So after that, we write here particular yp. Yp is equal to, now we write here, as you know, in the case 1 we substitute that's nothing but yp is equal to f of d upon whatever equation is given, we write that. So we write here 18 upon d square minus 6d plus 9 into e power 0x plus, then we write 54 upon d square minus 6d plus 9 into x. Now you can see this is the case 1 and it becomes case 3. So we have to solve in case 1 as and case 3. A problem is given combining case 1 and case 3 here. So now when you substitute 0 here in d, in first case what is given, whatever a is there, that you have to substitute in d. So if you substitute in d as 0, 0 minus 0 plus 9, so that becomes 18 upon 9. Okay, then plus 54. Here in case 3 you have seen there, that is nothing but whatever in the denominator you have, we take a common with least number. So here you can see we have d square minus 6d plus 9. So we can write this as d minus 3 whole square. When you expand, again you get the same, that is nothing but a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. So I am writing d minus 3 whole square plus into x first. Then after writing that, this implies 18 by 9 plus, I write 54 upon minus 3 square into, I write 1 minus d by 3 whole square. We have x here in numerator, we write x. What I am doing, I am taking 3 common, minus 3 common outside. As we have minus d minus 3 whole square, I have to take minus 3 whole square common. Minus 3 whole square into 1 is minus 3 whole, I mean in bracket we have whole square already. Minus, if you take minus 3 common, so it becomes minus of minus plus d by 3 whole square. So this is over. Hope you have understood. Now this is equal to, now we write this is equal to 18 by 9 plus 54, and here when you multiply minus 3 whole square, that becomes 9. Minus 3 whole square is minus of minus plus, 3 into 3 is 9. So after that I can take this in numerator. If you take in numerator, that becomes 1 minus d by 3 whole power minus 2 into this x we have, I am writing x here. Okay, so after writing that, as you know, 1 minus x whole power minus 2 is nothing but 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube and so on. So I am writing that. So this is equal to 18 upon 9 plus 54 upon 9. Then in expansion, if we would write the expansion now, this becomes 1 plus 2d by 3 plus 3d square by 9 plus 4d cube by 9 plus and so on, and we write x here. As you know, as I have told you just now, 1 minus x whole power minus 2, that becomes 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube and so on. Okay, so here x cube, in the sense here there is 1 plus 2x plus 3x square, and this becomes 27. Now after this, now this is equal to 18 upon 9 plus 54 upon 9. Then when you take this x inside, 1 into x is x, plus when you differentiate with the, here d is nothing but d by dx, you know that. So 2 by 3 d by dx of x is 1. So I write 2 by 3 here. Then when you differentiate x twice, d by dx of x, d by dx of x is 1. D by, again when you differentiate 1 with respect to x, that becomes 0. So this, all the terms, next terms will becomes 0. Okay, so this you get. Now after this we write this is equal to, now as you know, we can cancel in the starting itself, no problem. Here we are cancelling this. So 9 ones are 9 twos are, and then 9 ones are 9 6 are, you get here 6, in bracket you have x plus 2 by 3. Okay, then at last you can get the answer as 2 plus, now 6x plus 12 by 3. So this is equal, that this is nothing but particular integral yp is equal to 2 plus, this is nothing but 3 ones are 3 fours are. So directly I am writing here 6, 2 plus 4, 6 plus 6x, that is, that also be written as, taking 6 as common, 1 plus x. So this is the answer for this question. Hope you have understood. So I'll give you 2 minutes, later complete it soon, so that we'll go for next problem. If it is completed, reply me soon. Now let us go for next problem. If it is completed, yes, let us go for next. Now next problem is seventh problem. Seventh problem is evaluate integral 0 to n x power n into 1 minus x by n power n m minus 1 into dx in terms of beta function. In terms of beta function. Now let us do this problem now. So if a problem is given in this way, when it is asked in terms of beta function, now we write here given integral 0 to n x power n into 1 minus x by n whole power m minus 1 into dx. After writing that, now we take the substitution as we have done in the previous classes. Here we take substitution as let x by n is equal to y. This implies, now I can write x is equal to ny. I am taking this n to other side. When you differentiate both sides, this becomes dx is equal to n dy. Then we take upper limit now. Upper limit is, we have n, so this is whole limits are x limits now. So we write x tends to n. Then when you substitute x in the place of x, n get cancels, then y tends to 1. In the same way, lower limit is, here you can see lower limit is 0. So if x tends to 0, then now when you substitute x tends to 0 here, then y tends to 0. So the limits you got is 1 and 0. Now when you substitute in the given problem, so here you get integral, in the place of, we will write once again, integral 0 to n x power n into 1 minus x upon n whole power m minus 1 into dx is equal to, in the place of lower limit you have to write 0, in the place of upper limit you have to write 1, in the place of x power n, in the place of x power n, as x is equal to n into y, x is equal to n into y, we can write ny whole power n. In the same way, 1 minus x by n you have taken y, so we write y whole power m minus 1, so m minus 1 into dy. So after writing that, now in the, you can see here you have n y power n. Here we have 1 minus y power m minus n. So here n dy, in the place of dx we have n dy. So n power n. So we have to write integral 0 to 1 n power, basis same power should be added, that becomes n power n plus 1 into here y power n into 1 minus y whole power m minus 1 into dy. Here writing the same, just I have taken n, basis same, power should be added, n power n power 1, so that becomes n power n plus 1, then y power n, then this is same. After writing that, we know beta of m comma n is nothing but integral 0 to 1 x power m minus 1 into 1 minus x whole power n minus 1 into dx. You have a formula, basic definition of beta function, that is nothing but integral 0 to 1 x power m minus 1 into 1 minus x whole power n minus 1 dx. Now when you see the given problem, this n power n plus 1 is constant, so I am writing n power n plus 1 as constant. Now when you write this 0 to 1, now we want y power n minus 1 we have, so here we have x power m minus 1, so we can write y power n plus 1 minus 1. I am adding and subtracting with 1. So if it is the case, so I can write n plus 1 in bracket, then n plus 1 minus 1, and then we have 1 minus x whole power n minus 1 dx. We have dy here. Here this is y. This is the definition. When you compare with the definition now, as you know, we have a property in definite integral, that is nothing but symmetric property. We have also in beta function, when you have the terms or functions in terms of y, we can change in terms of x also. Now this is in the form of beta m comma n. This is in the place of x we have y, here in the place of m we have n plus 1 minus 1 minus, in the place of x we have y here power n minus 1, in the place of dx we have dy. So if it is the case, now this is equal to, we can write directly n power n plus 1 into beta of, here I can write n plus 1 comma m, beta, this is here m minus 1, so here this is m minus 1, yes, because it is m minus 1, so we have to take m minus 1. Now we compare with this definition of beta, so that we get, that is nothing but beta n plus 1 comma m. This is the answer for the given question. We have made the given problem in terms of beta function. In this way we do the problem. Hope you have understood. Please reply me if you have completed. Shall we go for next? This is the 7th problem we have completed. Now let us go for 8th problem. Is it okay now? Now let us go for next. One of you is asking about how many problems we are doing today. So if you permit me, I'll do all the short answer as well as long question. Otherwise, please reply me. Shall we stop up to 10 questions, that is short answer questions? Tomorrow let us go for long questions, or shall we do 20 questions today itself? Please reply me quick. Let us go for next problem. Now next problem is 8th question, that is express 4p3 of x plus 6p2 of x plus 3p1 of x as a polynomial of x. So this is the problem. So let us go for only short answer questions today. So another 2 questions we will complete now, and then we will go for tomorrow again at 3 o'clock. We will meet again so that we will do long questions tomorrow. So let us go for 8th question now. 8th question is nothing but, here you can see express 4p3 of x plus 6p2 of x plus 3p1 of x as a polynomial of x, as we have done in the last unit. In that last unit we have this is the last topic where after completing Rodrigues formula we have extracted Legendre polynomials. As you know, what are the Legendre polynomials? We write here. We know that here what is required, p1, p2, p3 is required. So I am writing Legendre polynomials, that is p1 of x is equal to x, p2 of x is equal to 1 upon 2 into 3x square minus 1, p3 of x is equal to 1 upon 2 5x cube minus 3x. Okay, so this is a Legendre polynomials that is required to substitute in the given problem. Now after getting this, we will directly substitute. Therefore 4p3 of x plus 6p2 of x plus 3p1 of x, that is equal to, now in the place of p3 I can write 1 upon 2 into 5x square minus 3x. So if you substitute that, then I write here 4 upon 2, and in bracket we can write 5x cube minus 3x. Then we have 6p2 of x plus 6p2. What is p2 here? 1 upon 2 into 3x square minus 1. So I can write this as 6 upon 2 into 3x square minus 1. Then plus, now here 3 into p1 of x. So I can write 3 into x, that is p1 of x. Now after that, this is nothing but 2 Now this is 3, so multiply with that. So I write one step. So 2 into 5x cube minus 3x plus 3 into 3x square minus 1 plus 3x. Then after that multiply with 2 inside, so that becomes 10x cube minus 6x plus 9x square minus 3 plus 3x. Then this is equal to 10x cube plus 9x square minus 6x plus 3x. How much? Minus 3x minus 3. So this is the solution for the given problem, and this is one of the important problem which we can expect in the exam. So this is about the 8th problem. Please complete it so that we go for 9th question. Please reply me if it is completed. Now let us go for 9th question. 9th question is find Laplace of t square cos hat is given. We have to find the Laplace of t square cos hat. So as we have done in the previous problem, this problem is from multiplication by t. So when you do the problem based on that, first we write what is given. F of t is given, so or we can write let r f given. So f of t, what is f of t here? Cos hat. First we find Laplace of f of t. So we write here Laplace of f of t is equal to Laplace of cos hat. As you know, Laplace of cos hat is equal to s upon s square minus a square. So this is equal to f bar s. So you got f bar s. Now we know that Laplace of t power n into f of t is equal to minus 1 whole power n d power n upon ds power n f bar s. This is in we have done already in multiplication by t. So here first what we do, whatever f of t is given, actually you can see here f of t, actually multiplication by t will be in the form L of t power n into f of t is nothing but minus 1 whole power n d power n by ds power n f bar s. So f bar s is required. In order to find f bar s, so what we do, first we find taking f of t which is given in the problem, we find Laplace of f of t. Laplace of f of t is nothing but Laplace of cos hat. This is the basic formula. Laplace of cos hat is nothing but s by s square minus a square. That we have to take as f bar s. As I have told you when we have started Laplace transform, in Laplace transform when Laplace is applied to f of t, the function of t, then that is converted into function of s. So we apply formula for changing into s. So after that directly we are writing the formula that is in multiplication by t, that is nothing but minus 1 whole power n d power n by ds power n f bar s. So after that is equal to then minus 1 whole power, what is n here, because I am writing here L of, here given problem is L of t square cos hat. T square f of t is nothing but cos hat. So we write here. Okay, so after writing that, minus 1 whole power n is nothing but 2, then d power n, that is d square upon ds square f bar s. F bar s is s upon s square minus a square. For substituting this, we find this one. Okay, so after finding that, now the next step you get minus 1 whole square is nothing but 1. Then we write d square upon ds square into s upon s square minus a square. Okay, now we differentiate this function twice. Let us do this in next paper. So if you want, you can take this up to this, so that we will go for next step. If it is completed, please reply me. Over. Now let us go for next step. So after this, we have to differentiate. Once again, I am writing that d square upon ds square is equal to, here we have s upon s square minus a square. So we have to differentiate this, isn't it? So first, if you differentiate once, so you get d by ds. So inside, that is nothing but, that is in the form of u by v dash. U by v dash is nothing but, you know the formula, that is nothing but v u dash minus u v dash upon v square. So in this formula, when you write this, then I get v is nothing but, I write s square minus a square, and then when you differentiate s, that is u, that becomes 1 minus u is nothing but again s. When you differentiate v dash, that is s square minus a square, s square becomes 2s, a becomes 0. So just close the bracket. After that, upon v square is nothing but s square minus a square whole square. Okay, so after this, just simplify this whatever you got. So when you simplify this, you get s square minus a square minus 2s into s is nothing but s square upon s square minus a square whole square. Now this is equal to, this implies you get d by ds in bracket. Now you can cancel s square, so you get only, this is 2s square. So you get a square minus a square minus, you get what? S square minus 2s square is s square upon s square minus a square whole square. You get this. Then after this, you again differentiate this function, that is again it is in the form of u by v. You can see this is the u by v formula. So when you apply u by v formula again, so you get again this is equal to, now you can see v is nothing but s square minus a square whole square into, if you differentiate a, that is a square minus a square, that is u, this is u, right? So when you differentiate this, you get inside first term you get 0, and then if you differentiate s square, that becomes minus 2s. Then we have minus in the formula, then write u is nothing but minus a square minus s square, and then differentiate v is nothing but s square minus a square whole square. So first you get 2 into s square minus a square. Again, if you differentiate inner function, then you get 2s. Okay, so close the bracket. Then we have upon, you have to write s square minus a square whole power 4 you get, because we have v is nothing but s square minus a square whole square, but in the formula we have v square. So that becomes s square minus a square whole power 4. So after that, just multiply this, if it is possible, no. So you write this as minus 2s into s square minus a square whole square minus, now when you simplify inner function, then let us simplify this. You get here you can see minus a square minus s square. Let us simplify this one, minus a square minus s square. Okay, then here we have 2 into 2s, that is 4s square. So we write here 4s here, and then s square minus a square, okay, upon s square minus a square whole power 4. Now we take common, that is nothing but 2s common, 2s into s square minus a square, I take common. Okay, so if you take common 2s into s square minus a square, then you can see here we have 2s into s square minus a square. So you get is you get only the term I am writing directly here is a square minus s square plus 2a square plus 2s square you get upon s square minus a square whole power 4. Now when to simplify this again, this becomes 6a square s plus 2s cube upon s square minus a square whole power 4 whole power 3 you get. You just simplify this one, you will get the same answer. If you are not getting, you just ask me. Okay, so this is about the 9th problem. Please take down and simplify at home. Okay, I am writing here directly. So this is about 9th problem. Let us go for 10th problem. If it is completed, please reply me. Shall we go for next? Let us go for 10th problem. 10th problem is evaluate L inverse 3s plus 2 upon s plus 1 whole cube. Okay, so this is the problem. Now we find the solution of this problem. Now let us write first what is given. Given L inverse 3s plus 2 upon s plus 1 whole cube. Now in the next step I am writing here this is equal to L inverse of, in the place of s I'll write here s plus 1 minus 1 upon, again I am writing in the place of s, this is nothing but same I am writing, that is s plus 1 whole cube. Why I am writing, I'll show you. Here we have 3s plus 2. So if you multiply here 3 with s and 1, so you get 3s plus 2, 3s plus 3, 3s plus 3 minus 1, you get 3s plus 2. So I am writing numerator in the form of 3 of s plus 1 minus 1 upon s plus 3 plus 1 s plus 1 whole cube is same as it is. After writing that, by inverse first shifting theorem, what is first shifting theorem in inverse Laplace? So L inverse f bar s minus a is equal to e power a t into f of t. This is the This is the first shifting theorem in inverse Laplace transforms. So now you can see here this whatever form you have, that is in the form of this one. So let us write that L inverse of 3s plus 2 upon s plus 1 whole cube is equal to, I can write this as e power minus t L inverse 3s minus 1 upon s cube. Now you can see this term is in the form of L inverse f bar s minus a. As you know, in the Laplace transform, what is given first shifting theorem there, if L of f of t is equal to f bar s, then L of e power at f of t is equal to f bar s minus a. In the same way, here L inverse f bar s minus a, this is inverse. So when you take the inverse of that first shifting theorem, L inverse f bar s minus a is equal to L e power at f of t. So instead of L of e power at f of t in Laplace, that L goes to other side, that becomes L inverse f bar s minus a. So here we write e power s plus 1 minus 1 by s plus 1. So here in the place of a we write that is minus t in the sense a is nothing but minus 1 here. Then L inverse, that is nothing but f bar s minus a is nothing but this one. This is f of t. So after writing this is equal to e power minus t L inverse. Now I can write this as 3 upon s square minus 1 upon s cube. When you take 3s by s cube, ss get cancelled, that becomes 3 by s square minus 1 upon s cube. Now this is equal to e power minus t. Now if you separate the terms, then this becomes L inverse of 3 upon s square minus L inverse 1 upon s cube. Now you know the formula of L inverse of 1 upon s power n plus 1 is equal to t power n upon n factorial. This is the formula you have. So when you apply this formula, when you compare with the given step, then this becomes e power minus t, and in bracket you can write 3 is outside, L inverse 1 upon s square. So s square can be written as L inverse 1 upon s power 1 plus 1. So n is 1, so we can write t power 1 by 1 factorial. So that becomes what? Only t you get. Then plus, so 3t, because 3 is outside, L inverse 1 by s square is t power 1 by 1 factorial, t power 1 by 1 factorial, plus now here L inverse 1 by s cube we have. S cube in the sense, here we have to write n as 2 plus 1, because L inverse 1 by s power 2 plus 1 is equal to t square by 2 factorial. T square by 2 factorial is 2. So when you apply this, now when you multiply with e power minus t, you can write, or otherwise you can write the same step, that will be the answer. 3 e power minus t into t plus e power minus t into t square upon 2 is the answer for the given problem. So once again you just go through this one. If you don't understand, you just WhatsApp me, I'll explain you. So once you go through Laplace transform first shifting theorem as well as inverse Laplace transform first shifting theorem, and I have done some of the problems in that, you go through that, you do that, so that you can understand this. Okay, so these are the 10 questions we have completed today, that are short answer questions which were repeated in the previous question papers. So these are important, and the thing is, why I am doing this problem is the same way the problems will be asked in your exam. Whatever questions are there, so numbers will be changed. So anyhow the problems will be asked in this pattern, so you practice it. So after college reopens, we'll do more problems. These are the 10 short answer questions. Tomorrow we'll do long answer questions. So at 3 o'clock, please join me. Thank you. If it is completed, please reply me. Tomorrow we'll do long questions. Thank you.